Well, Splash and the Soldier the Game Spitter, with the feds picking up this case, Pooh, on the Shiesty Never Free Again case. Yeah, that's what the feds calling it, Shiesty Never Free Again. The feds letting you know that they spend hours, days, and months trying to find evidence and probable cause to indict you. They showing you they ain't been letting up, that they been thinking about you, that they really been putting in overtime trying to indict you. And that's what they just did. And Pooh, let me tell you something. Agent Smith, he feel real confident about this case and the evidence he got against you. The whole team do. They feel real good about this case. That's why they're letting the world know, the fans and the media know what type of evidence they got against you. They're showing their hand. Not 100% of evidence, but they showing about good 70%. We know that they got you on tape. They letting you know, they letting the world know that you left that bag and that was your bag and your money. And they, took the time where it took them weeks, hours, and months to, look through all that money, look through the serial numbers and match it up and found the match. You know how much overtime that was? 70-hour, 80-hour, 90-hour weeks just for you on the Shiesty Never Free Again case. And it was going to be a big bonus. The state of Miami, Pooh, they're trying to get a conviction up out of you so they can get some roads fixed, so they can get some potholes fixed, a bridge fixed. Yeah, from all that, them fines you're going to be paying. That's what they're trying to get. That's what they want. And they need their time about you. They're trying to make an example out of you. They ain't trying to slap you on your wrist. Because they coming too hard, Pooh. Now it's time to, really get them linebackers, them lawyers, get them linebackers. You need more than one. You need a good two. The feds letting you know, Pooh, this ain't going to be no Mike Tyson fight where you beat the case, beat it in the first round, knock out 13 seconds, 15 seconds in the first round, you knock the case out, all charges dismissed. Nah, it's going to be one of them Floyd Mayweather fights. It go the whole 12 rounds. And either you could take a plea in between the 12 rounds, or you can leave it up for the prosecutors to make the decision. It's all on you. But Pooh, if you Floyd Mayweather, you know how to duck real good, for every left and right punch they throw at your face and you duck, they're going to come back at you with a body shot or uppercut. So with that being said, Pooh, your lawyers better have that good Floyd Mayweather energy. If they get too tired, so if your lawyers get too tired from the punches and you lose out on points, that mean in the courtroom, that mean you took a plea. But if you get knocked out, one of these 12 rounds, Pooh, that mean you took it to trial and you lost. You lost. And that's when, them football numbers get to, coming down on you. Trust and believe, Pooh, in that courtroom, they gonna make you look like them same type of characters you portray in them songs. They're gonna do their best to make you look like a stepper. They're gonna make you look like a demon. They're gonna make you look like a goon. They're gonna make you look like a savage. They're gonna make it look like you real shiesty. They're gonna play your songs in the courtroom. They're gonna let them know you really live your lyrics. They're gonna let them know. They're gonna paint that picture, let them know that you don't care about the law, you do what you wanna do. Out in the open, broad daylight, in the club, it don't matter. Pooh do what he wanna do, cause he Pooh. They're gonna make it look like that. And your lawyers gotta convince the prosecutors that, nah, they got it all wrong. Yeah, maybe my client was on the scene during a robbery, but he didn't have no parts in it. He could control his homies. He didn't fire the shot. If you wasn't on tape shooting. So you gotta, gather up and come up with a good argument. For both cases you fighting, you need a good argument for. Because the feds still can pick you up on the other one, the new one you just caught. So still got to bite your nails on that situation. But for your homeboys, for your crew, this is why when the artist is in his hype, in his prime, and he on the streets getting money, this is why you can't be lazy just to join the ride, join the show, just getting high, buying the clothes, wearing the clothes, driving the cars, driving the SRTs, messing with the thoughts, doing all the drugs, toting all the military guns, smoking the best Zai, living the Gambino life. You can't really do that like that. You got to be getting vending machines, getting trucks, getting real estate. You got to be on that. Or becoming a rapper, building your own brand, building your own name, building your own following. Instead of just looking gangster, looking beside them in them pictures. Instead of looking gangster, standing beside Big 30 and start being in the booth like they do. Start dropping songs so you can jump on them songs, so you can build a little following, so you can do shows. Now if the money don't come in, if Pooh was the money and y'all won't really get no money like that from music, now y'all gotta go back to the hood where y'all was starting all this beef. Now you gotta go back there, face them, and turn your scale back on. Scale probably never was turned off, but now you gotta turn it back on, go, 10 toes in the streets. Pick your gun back up. You probably never put it down, but get back to work. But if your mind went on being a boss and you weren't making the connections and building the relationships, it's back to the ghetto, you go. And don't think the feds just on Pooh. Understand, some of y'all was in that video too, so they want to know who y'all is too. Anything else they can find, they can bring in or drag into the case or start a conspiracy, they'll do that. So they watching y'all too. Understand that when y'all go back to the hood, understand they looking. And the ops looking and lurking. Same situation NBA Youngboy in. But Pooh, in this case situation, you still got a good fight, you and your lawyer, against the feds in this situation. You still can say that Buddy, the owner of the McLaren, and the dude had the weed or the sneakers, whatever store y'all rolling with, and when he pulled up, he changed the price on the McLaren, or he came up real cocky and tried to force you out of his car when you already paid the money, and an argument took place, and one of the guys out the entourage thought that the victim was reaching for a weapon and they were trying to protect the artist. Or if they see you shooting on camera, because I couldn't really tell, they see you really shooting on camera, you can say that you thought that he was reaching for a weapon and he had to do his best. That's why he didn't want to kill the guy, or they wasn't trying to kill him. That's why they aimed low for the buttocks or maybe the legs. It was just, they were scared and they was trying to protect the investment, which is my client here, Mr. Pooh Shiesty. And, come over to a story like that. I'm pretty sure y'all might have something else to say or another story that can sound good, that can give it a good argument. If not to beat the case, get the case dismissed, a good argument where you can get a good plea. Yeah, the prosecutors might, hear you out and kind of understand it and then hit a victim, but can't really make a good judgment, can't really tell who really telling the truth. But, or less they can, it depends on what they got what they got under their sleeve. But they might can give you a better plea. Like, all right, if you take it to trial, we might still roll with the victim. But if you take this plea right here, Pooh, just go ahead and do these, take these 5 years and do 3 and get out in good behavior. Or do 2 and have credit time or something like that, 2.5 or something like that. It might, situation might roll out like that. Especially if the feds got a good argument and they got a good case, a strong case, and the prosecutors really kind of believe in them, and the prosecutors they pick, they tired of rappers and everything that's going on with all these shootings, mass shootings and all that stuff. You could, come on a bad day and have a bad batch of prosecutors. You see what I'm saying? And threaten you with more stiffer time, and they have it on the table as far as the deal wise. Because one thing about it, your lawyer can make a good argument and saying, why would my client need to rob the victim when he has $40,000 in a designer bag that costs thousands of dollars, and he's in a foreign car that costs $250,000 or more? Well, it doesn't make sense, and he probably has $250,000 worth of jewelry, or not, or maybe $1 million worth of jewelry on. Why does my client need to rob some over some shoes, some weed, and a payment on a car rental, which is a tax write-off for my client? So why would he want to pay it? He has more than enough he really has a down payment for the car where he can actually have it and make monthly payments. The $40,000 would have been a good down payment for the car. So why would he couldn't give him $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000? I'm telling you, it looked like that, it plays out like that, but that is not the case here. The victim here is not telling the truth of what he did when he approached the suspect, which is my client, Mr. Pooh Shiesty. It was a whole different type of, temperature, a whole different type of tone of voice. He came real aggressive, became real cocky, which made my client get in a defense mode and, pull his weapon, or one of the entourage guys pulled the weapon and, fired a shot or two. They wasn't trying to, it was just like, get it away from me. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, why you reaching? Or the victim threatened my client, threatened him, said he was going to shoot him, or said he was going to call someone. And you know, my client got into fist mode, which he's a rapper. There's a lot of people after him. He's worth a lot of money, so people can make headlines, and he had to defend himself to get about the situation. You see what I'm saying? You could come with that, see where that take you. Now, other side, United States of America, because you're going against the feds on this, they could say lies. If it was like that, then why he didn't call the police after the fact and report it and let us know? Why, when we issue a warrant out for his arrest, he didn't turn himself in? It took a week or more. Why this? Why he didn't make a report? You know, just stuff like that. Like, they speak their piece and saying no. What they intentionally, they came there to, you know, it wasn't about that he got the money. We understand he worth a lot of money. We understand he's Pooh Shiesty. He got plats and he got all this money and all this jewelry and all these cars. But to live the name, Your Honor, we've seen this over and over. These rappers, the money, the success, the blessing is not enough. They actually want to live what they portray in these songs. And this is what we have here in the day in this court, Your Honor. We have a guy here by the name of Pooh Shiesty. He lives his records. What he says in the song, he actually does. His next case, he's fighting with the state. He actually has a gun in the club, like he referred on a song that won plats and rewards. And that's what we have here today in this court, Your Honor. I think we have a guy here that couldn't separate the person from the character. And he got caught up in the fame and living his name. And it wasn't about nothing but power and to show people that, yeah, I'm really who I say I am. That's what we have. We've seen this plenty of time. Pooh, you know that's how they gonna come. That's how they gonna come with it. That's how they gonna, you know, come against you. So get ready to hear that, Pooh. So Pooh, your lawyer definitely better have them Johnny Cochran skills going on, and a good story and a good alibi and all that. Whatever you need to get about the situation or get the best time possible. It is what it is. And Pooh, this is what you need to tell your lawyer. Like the late great DMX said, when it rain, niggas get wet. Don't cross me. So Pooh, you got a couple options you could do. You could fight it, you know, get your lawyers together, fight it, take it to the door, take it to trial. You can pay a whole bunch of money and get a good plea. You can get a TI deal, and you got to pick what door you're gonna go through. You got to pick a door now, you know, but that's a different story. Or you could do the 6ix9ine deal. So you got options, but you're gonna give them a deal, whether it's a TI, 6ix9ine, a plea deal, or take it to the trial deal. It's gonna be a deal. So, you know, them your 4 options you got on the table. Understand that, man. That's my take on the situation, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. More information come out, I touch back on it, man. Go.